Have you ever faced a situation where you try to use a tool that not quite meet the expectations? How many of you? Maybe this morning? So I'm here today because I'm from Idean, and we from Idean, we believe that life's too short for crappy user experiences. Actually, 80% of the companies believe that they deliver a superior customer experience, and only 8% of the customers actually agree. I think we all can see here a tremendous gap. And why are those gaps born? In traditional world, silos were created to structure a creative process of producing physical products. Nowadays, we move more and more into producing services and solutions. And we still try to produce these services and solutions in silos that originate from the physical industrial world. But actually, those services and solutions are experienced across the silos. So that is one big reason for that experience gap you just saw. What industry leaders are currently doing, they are transforming their organizations from product-led organizations to solution-driven organizations, and that leaves space also for human-centric design. That has led Idean to be in business of transforming businesses by solving human problems. Very simple. Our footprint spans over 4,000 projects delivered. We are currently 14 studios, and 2 years ago we were acquired by Capgemini. Today we are a part of Capgemini Invent. My sources today, later on, I'm happy to utilize the intelligence of Capgemini, very deep industry and sector knowledge, and collaboration with industry leaders, and Idean track record with cumulated empathy with Fortune 500 clients and startups. So, how to actually transform businesses through design? I will share you 3 fundamental tricks on very high level today, because we won't be spending here all evening. I'm happy to talk about these in more details after my presentation. So first, we will look into human centricity and how that actually can pay off. Secondly, we will look into how experiences should be created in order to succeed. And third, I'll share you some quick glance how companies are taking design to actually C-suite agenda. So, human centricity actually pays off, and how do we do it? We go where the action happens, and we actually feel the pain. Here you can see a picture of a stormy condition, middle of night, and that is actually photo capture from our designer when they were observing professionals in order to create bolder future. Customers who feel that the company is not empathetic enough to their needs may take their business elsewhere, and that hurts most the company's bottom line. You don't have customers anymore if you don't know them, if you don't know what makes them tick. And Empathy is one major tool and practice you all can leverage in your organizations. Here you can see a picture where is a user validation session where our designers were validating a solution with Chinese visitors, and the challenge was how to attract them to visit city of Helsinki and how to make them get most from Helsinki when they stay there a day or two, when they arrive from Asia and maybe continue somewhere else in the Europe. For example, from those user validation sessions and multiple iterations, we were able to actually create an award-winning solution. You can Google this City of Helsinki project. We have a lot of PR on that all over the world. So the important key is to understand what your customers feel and why. Even though they would be professionals, this is not about, okay, this is for consumer business. This also covers business setups in professional environments, because we are all humans, whether we are in some control system room or waiting a bus. Here I have also one experience that might resonate locally. So recently Idean and Airbus partner in USA, and we collaborated related to transpose service of A3 group. And Idean's task was to support Airbus in designing a customer journey to get inspired, to explore, to customize the ultimate flying experience. So it is about like future of flying, a modular system where you can actually choose whether you want to have a bedroom or cafe or office on your flight. So something really groundbreaking for commercial aircrafts. And this is something that many global magazines were featuring, and we also heard that the online booking experience was even patented. And that was not the first time that human-centric approach and design thinking can lead actually something that will be patented. So with design, you can drive innovations and inventions. Okay, I'm sure you now got a little picture about human centricity and why to focus on that. The next step, logically, is to change the way you create. It's not enough that in the beginning you go and observe, then you go back to the office and actually start to draft the solution and go back and validate. Here you can see a doctor testing an imaging system for wound detection. And here the key was that we could not participate in such solution building if that would not be produced in iterative manner. What is happening at now as a megatrend? Change is even faster. I know that we can hear that change is continuous, change is faster, many things evolve exponentially in the world at the moment. So it's not enough to go and test and build with the actual users. You have to do that fast. I will later on come back to failing fast. I'm not talking about failing fast now. I'm talking about succeeding fast. Why? To actually stay relevant, to keep your business, you have to be a quick learner. You have to quickly expose your intentions to market, even before launch, even it would be scary. And then quickly iterate a beta business that was actually developed in UK by our newest acquisition, Adaptive Labs, which joined Idean this fall. And beta business is about targeting growth opportunities, either very close to your core business, or maybe in the adjacent circle, or then going for totally new areas. And the point in beta business is, it's also for large corporations which need to seek where to go next, so that you're not disturbed by some Uber of your industry. And here I'm happy to briefly introduce as a proof this success story from UK. So 3Mobile was struggling to find a way how to grow their market share. They did not see possibility to grow that share with their existing portfolio, and they needed to do something new. They decided to try and go, launching 2 MVNOs. First it was Smarty, and Smarty was launched in 9 months. And as it was a success, they also created this super drug in yet another 3 months. And what they achieved was high scores in NPS, and also I think it was within a year from Smarty being launched, they were best performing mobile brand in UK. So what actually 3Mobile did, they went and disturbed themselves before they would be disturbed. And this was done with a beta business methodology. Learn fast and succeed fast, no failures. The last step or topic to consider is that I often hear that companies might establish design departments, they might have digital departments, but those are pretty far away from actual business. So there can be seen still silos. And here you see a picture from Helsinki City Hall. I'm referring to the same project I used earlier when I showed the user validation picture with Chinese customers. What we did there, we actually established a pop-up studio in the City Hall so that all city employees could see how we create experiences and also participate. So nothing done in silos, but in really visible way. And what industry leaders do at the moment, they build these accelerator programs, they build new ways of organize internally, so that any business idea or innovation idea could be pulled through really fast and successfully in the innovation pipeline. And that is something we've been able to work with multiple customers across the world and verticals last years. Some of them are fresh and confidential. But here I can show you something before going to actual project examples, is that PwC lately conducted a research, and they were solving that which kind of operating models companies are using when they try new business, try new innovations. And what we can learn from there is that design thinking practices and co-creation, they actually drive innovation more efficiently than traditional R&D spend. Here you can see that open innovation, it gets 61%, and design thinking as a second place, 59%. And here, I was talking about that failing fast starts to be sort of last season. It's only 30% of companies anymore use taking risks, failing fast, trying again. So if you properly focus on human centricity and testing and building together with external and internal people, you actually get to succeed fast and not be forced to try again, but move to a next challenge. That is how you can achieve exponential growth. Here, I think that all of you have been seeing all kind of methodology visualizations. And as combining design thinking and agile start to be sort of industry baseline practice, like a standard at the moment. What we have lately done with customers in manufacturing, telecom, we have introduced also Lean Startup there. So that is one method to bring business also involved in design and R&D projects and programs. Last example, we got to collaborate with Cisco in USA. Cisco had design department in place, but they faced the challenge that design was not properly utilized within the organization, and they needed to make some noise from themselves. And we walked through this really exciting journey, which ended up even in a physical product, an artifact of Cisco design book. But what is in the book? You might find some pieces maybe from the online channels or videos that Cisco has published on this. The story behind is that we actually made inventory together of how experiences, product solutions are produced in Cisco, and how might we be able to change them in order to utilize design as a competence better, so that all business stakeholders and technology teams would understand how to collaborate with designers, and also for Cisco Design, what is their vision and strategy and operating model at Cisco. So really quick glance on business potential of design. We saw some patents, and we saw some like award-winning, very successful outcomes, and also big companies like Cisco utilizing design as a strategic tool. So a receipt is to go there and learn a bit about empathy, maybe hire some designers to feel the pain, to be able to shape the requirements, because the point is that in low value, you can go to a designer and hand over the requirements, hey, make this UI beautiful. Or other way around, you can invite designers in the very beginning when you don't even properly understand the problem, And together with designers, design thinkers, and practitioners, identify the problems, identify the possible requirements, co-create them, and then move to producing something very fast. And last, testing, building with people, it's super important. Doing that fast, even with most important clients, you would be terrified to show what you're planning. And rolling sleeves together across silos, even breaking them. Maybe take one project first and invite someone that you have not collaborated before internally and see what happens. Thank you.